What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Keto Rewind. Thanks for clicking on today's video. I have a short and sweet video for you today. I got into sort of a recipe rut or bored with my recipe rotation of what I normally eat. So I decided to go back to the drawing board and find some new recipes. Like, I've been doing keto now for over 5 years. So I've had them all, but there's always something new out there, right? So if you get into a rut or you just like get bored, get a cookbook. That's an obvious solution. Or if you like me, pull up social media. I went on Instagram to find this one. And the other one is from, I can't remember the website, but it was like from Pinterest that redirected me. So that recipe will be in the next video. But I basically got 2 new recipes, but I found them just by scrolling through and finding stuff that looked like it intrigued and could be tasty. So I made these and they're super delicious and they're great. They're gonna be now included in my recipe roundup just because they're that good. So the first one today I'm making is from Keto Snacks. I found him on Instagram. I found a million ones by him I'm gonna be trying next. But those look delicious and this one was delicious. So if it speaks for the rest of them, I'll be definitely trying more. But this one is just a basic chicken dish that looked really good and kind of gives you that fried chicken or, crusty chicken that's stuffed kind of vibe, but still keto. And it's fairly simple and just a couple ingredients. So that's what we're gonna make today. So what do you say we get this video started? And real quick, I wanna thank the sponsor of today's video, Element. Element electrolytes have been my absolute favorite, the only brand that I reach for when it comes to electrolytes. These have been clutch. Not only are they gluten-free, they're sugar-free, there's no artificial flavors, fillers, colors, dyes, just a delicious tasting electrolyte, but they also help me when I have projects like today. I'm gonna be staining my deck. And while I'm staining my deck, I'm gonna be sweating pretty hard, and because it's summer, it's still summer up here, and the humidity is high today, so I am going to be putting in 1 packet of these electrolytes in my water, and I'm gonna be sipping on them all day. Each packet contains 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. I just take one of these packets, put it in my drink, mix it up. It tastes great. It helps me also get my water in every day. And when I'm finished, I'll just fill my cup up with water throughout the rest of the day. And that's how I easily get my water in. My favorite flavor is watermelon, as you can see here. But I also have some citrus in here. My kids have already eaten all the orange. That's their favorite. But if you are interested in giving Element a try, I have a promo for you down below. It's only available for you guys, but you can use it as many times as you want. But you can get this free sample pack with any order, and this way you can try all of the flavors and pick the one that you like. So with that said, I'm gonna add my packet here into my water, and I'm gonna get started on that deck. Thanks Element for sponsoring this video. Now that I've stopped stalling, it's time to go get to work and start painting the endless amount of spindles, get a kayak ride in, and then I'll be back to make dinner tonight. So I'll see you in a few. So I thought I'd give you a quick rundown what we do. So while we're up here in the summer, we always typically do 1 project while we're here. We do the repairs, that anything that needs to happen while we've been gone, but then we also take on a project. So last year's project was the outdoor shower, and that's this thing right here. And it's on the deck. It is in, the view is nothing but beautiful pine trees, and we're in the middle of nowhere here. So we get that lake breeze that's right down there. We get the mountain breeze. We get it's just the smells are fantastic, and it's so nice to take a shower outside and enjoy, all of those experiences while you're having a shower. We have one inside, but it's boring compared to this one. So we typically take lots of outdoor showers. I mean, it's fully, just the top's open. It's fully private. But also, when my kids track up all the pine needles from the lake down below here, I don't want all that in my house. So it's a good spot to also rinse off and not track all that through the camp. So keep in mind, this is a camp, and it is, let me get my head out of the way here. And this year's project, last year's project was the shower. This year's project was to stain it all 1 color. So we went to Home Depot and got the Cordovan brown color in the semi-transparent, And that's what I've been doing. In between all the company and everything is painting all these spindles, and it wraps around to, you know, on the other side. And it's just very time consuming, but I'm getting nice and hot. You know, it's something I'm working on those bat wings with all the strokes. So today's project is to finish painting the stairs, the spindles, and the rest of the shower. And then I have to put a final coat on the decking of the, let me switch the camera around here. To do these stairs so they match, the gate that's here, and my goodness, look at all the pine needles already. So this is what the semi-transparent looks like with one coat. But the gate needs to be painted, or stained I mean, and then one more coat on the floor of the decking, and then it will all come together. So this is one of the favorite spots that my husband and I sit at when at nighttime our kids are in bed. You know, you're getting the beautiful lake breeze, which is right there, and on the other side of my camp, and you're getting it all right here. So that is today's project, but look at all the pine needles. I have to go get the blower out, but then I'm gonna start and get this decking one more good, healthy coat of stains. So if you're wondering what I do in my spare time up here, we do a project. So, and then if I can get the bathroom painted white with a fresh coat, that's icing on the cake. But right now the goal is just to finish the deck. So anyways, I'll see you back at dinner. Okay, so this is what I have to make these low-carb chicken empanadas. I have a pound of chicken, ground chicken. I have eggs for the egg wash. I'm going to mix cream cheese and Boursin cheese together and then throw in a slice of jalapeno. And I like sharp cheddar versus medium cheddar, so I've got cheddar cheese to mix in with that. And then the crust is going to be the Parmesan cheese. It's grated. So, okay, so I guess the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cheese in a bowl and kind of soften it. It's easier to stuff chicken and work with cheese that's soft than a big hard block straight out of the fridge. So let me get a little bowl. Okay, so I'm using Boursin cheese. This is optional. This is not part of his recipe. But I love to mix Boursin cheese with American cheese because this brings a whole bunch of flavor that you could do with your own spices, but I just like the way this tastes. So we're gonna pop that in there. And then a block of cream cheese. And I'm making this for I'm making this for a family of 6, so my quantities, I've taken that recipe and multiplied it so that it's a lot more than what he has shown. So I just did the math. Okay, so I'm gonna pop this in my microwave for about 20 seconds and give it a stir. I'll be back. Okay, so I want it softened. I don't want it melted. Because I don't want to, you know, melt the cheese before I even get it in the oven. So I just want it soft and more pliable. So we're gonna do that. And 30 seconds was about the perfect time to get this like mixable. Let me change my camera angle so you can see down here. That's perfect. So we're gonna set this aside while I dice up my jalapeno. This is optional. I suppose you could do some chilies in the canned ones if you want to cut corners, or maybe even just a green pepper. But I like the little heat, so we're gonna go with this. And the heat is in the seed, so we're gonna scrape that out. Not all of it, but most of it. One thing I've noticed is I can get much better jalapenos and anything that you would put in a Mexican dish way easier in our stores in Texas. Up here, trying to find an avocado that is actually, you know, that you can eat in the next 2 weeks. Trying to find an avocado here that's not hard as a rock is just about as easy as finding a unicorn. All right, I'm just gonna dice this up real quick. And once you take the seeds out, it's pretty mild. However, sometimes you even taking the seeds out, they can a jalapeno can surprise you. So just be warned. All right, so we're putting about that much in there. My kids have to eat this, so I'm not making it too spicy. And I'll save the other half of this for another recipe. All right, so next we're gonna add the cheese. Next we're gonna add a cup of cheddar cheese and give this a mix. It already smells so good. I'm gonna try to make 4 empanadas out of a pound of ground chicken. I may need to get more, we'll see, but I need to get 4 because I'm feeding 4 tonight. All right, so there is our mixture. Now I need to get out some shrink wrap and we're gonna roll out our chicken. All right, so over here I have just a baking sheet filled with parchment paper. So when I get done rolling it out, we're gonna set them on here. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get 4. We'll see. All right, then I'm gonna put a piece of parchment paper on top because I like using parchment paper better. And we're gonna roll this out flat, very flat. And then just feel, it's feeling pretty flat. You don't want too flat, but kind of like you're making a chicken crust. Actually, let's do this. Then I can see what I'm working with. All right. Now I'm gonna scoop a quarter of this mixture out and put it right in the middle. Because this is gonna be stuffed after all. All right, now, so here we have the chicken and I've put the cheese mixture in. And now we're gonna try and make an empanada. And we're gonna seal the edges, kind of like a calzone even. And that's it, repeat. Oop. And then we're just going to make sure it's good and sealed because we don't want that cheese leaking out. And repeat for the next 4. There it is. Now I'll transfer that to my other tray and repeat the process. All right, so at this point, this is what they look like after I pressed them out on the guide it on here. I ended up using 1.5 pounds to get 6. These ones were a little smaller just because they're kid size, and those were more adult size. With the cheese. Okay, so I beat 3 eggs. Definite crust. And now I'm just going to paint the egg wash on so that the cheese will stick to it. All right, and next let's add the cheese. All right, just like so. And at this point, we're gonna just pop it in the air fryer until the interior reaches 165, 170 degrees and 400 degrees. All right, and lastly, I have a frozen bag of broccoli. And we're going to have roasted broccoli on the side. So I'm just putting this here, like so. And then all I'm gonna do is drizzle some avocado oil and salt and pepper. It's frozen, it already has a little moisture in it from being frozen. I'm just going to drizzle it just a tiny bit, just enough to coat it. And because I am trying to get most nutrition out of my food, I also like to use frozen vegetables. So it's a way to keep more nutrients in it. Because then it goes right to frozen and doesn't sit in the grocery store. So when I have a choice to make a roasted vegetable, I will tend to always pick frozen. This way, you're getting as much nutrients as you can from your food, you know? So check out fresh versus frozen when it comes to veggies. So that is all there is to it. And next I'm gonna pop this in the oven, 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. Then I'm gonna turn it and then judge by there how much more it needs to be roasted. Sometimes it takes another 5, sometimes it'll take another 10, just depends. So that's all there is to it. And here is the finished product. So I'm gonna plate it so to make it look pretty. But man, does that not look tasty or what? There you have the finished product. I will cut in the middle so you can see what it looks like. But man, it's nice and crunchy. I don't know if you can hear that. With the roasted broccoli. And you can see the inside. Ooh man, look at that. That not tasty or what? And there you have it. Delicious chicken empanadas with roasted broccoli.